Alright, I'm here with a brand new pickup video showing off my recent finds, just kind of talking about them. Actually, this is one of the first, I think this is the first, this is the first of the summer that doesn't actually have any garage sale finds, because the garage sales have been really bad, but I've still picked up a lot of stuff. So, I went to the CCAG, which is the Cleveland Classic Arcade and Gaming Convention. I went 2 years ago. I was unable to go last year though, but I went 2 years ago, and it was good. It's a good show, and it's well put together. It says Cleveland. It's actually outside of Cleveland. It's in like this soccer complex. So it's a big like indoor soccer field that it's on, and it's like really big. Lots of vendors and stuff. Pretty good. I'm not huge into paying convention prices for things, but I did end up with a few finds, so I guess I'll just go into them, since I've already kind of talked about it. I walked up to this guy. He had some Dreamcast games, some good ones, and he had some fair prices. I actually bundled these together. I picked up Evolution 2, Far Off Promise, and Time Stalkers. He had 30 on this one and 8 on this one. I asked him if he'd do 35 for the pair, and he said yes. So 35 for the pair is nice. This thing's like really mint. The disc's like perfect and everything. So I thought that was good. I've spoken about it before. I'm going for the complete Dreamcast set because I think the system's really interesting, really cool. Has a really interesting history. And I just like to play these games and kind of learn about the system and how strange it is. So that was really cool there to grab. Other than that, the only other convention pickups I got, I was there for like a little over an hour, was a couple manuals for 50 cents each that, just to make stuff complete, nothing good, like NASCAR 99 and Cruising USA, but 50 cents each, made some games I had that not complete, so, you know, always good. That same day, I went to, so what I do is that I always have a bunch of just junk, like all my extra garage sale stuff that I feel, stuff I already have or don't want that I feel like this isn't worth selling on eBay, this game's not worth a whole lot, or just like random crap. A good example is I showed off the PSP stuff I got last week, and there was only a few games I cared about keeping there. The other stuff, like the sports games, the movie tie-in crappy games, I just take them all to exchange in a big box and get a lot of store credit. I also take systems there that I don't feel like shipping, GameCubes and Sega Genesis systems and some PS1 systems I just don't feel like shipping that I have extras of from lots. So I just take it all there and get some trade credit. And so I kind of went crazy with all that trade credit and bought, as you saw last video? Yeah, I think so. I bought a bunch of Dreamcast filler titles, and I did the same again, but I got some good ones too. But yeah, I bought a bunch of Dreamcast filler titles like I did last time with all this trade credit. I also, before I get into these, I also bought a bunch of Nintendo Power magazines. I don't have any good way of showing them, so I'm not. I bought 37 Nintendo Power magazines from the exchange, which is where I get my trade slips and where I take my stuff. It's a local chain. I got 37 of them. They were marked, most of them were marked at $1 each, so I grabbed everyone that was $1 that I didn't have, and that was the most of them. There was a couple for $5 that I just didn't pick up. They were like ones with Mario on it. That's why there were $5, I don't know. And then I picked up the good condition ones that they had priced at $3. So that was only maybe 4 of them, I think. But, you know, I can't really go wrong. I bought a ton of them because I'm trying to get all of them, but that's going to be harder because they're not, I don't find them very often, but when I do, I find like 50 or 60 of them, so I just got to do it. Example, I got 37, so yeah, and like last time I picked them up, I think I got like 50 of them. But yeah, so I bought a bunch of those with my trade credit. Spent a lot of money on paper, but here's some. With the rest of the trade credit, I went in with like $192 and walked out with like $20 after the day that I went out, because this was on the way to and from the convention. I stopped at like every exchange possible just to see what they had. So I got all those Nintendo Powers. I also got some Dreamcast stuff. I don't even remember what I paid for these. It was all trade credit, which I have very little money into that trade credit stuff, as I've kind of explained before. That's how I got my Xbox One. It's just basically stuff that I don't want. It's like trash that I maybe have like $20 in total into, like, of actual money. So I'll go through the Dreamcast stuff I got here. Tee-Off. Some filler titles and some good titles. Suzuki All-Star Racing. Striker Pro 2000. Sega GT. Tomb Raider Chronicles. Test Drive 6. Air Force Delta. This one looks really weird. MDK2. This one looks... I was looking at it earlier. I'm like, what the heck? Why is this dog smoking a cigar? Yeah, it looks really weird. And then this one was cool. Dino Crisis, which actually I had the back artwork and the disc for, but I did not have the manual. And I went at Exchange, and they had a copy that was just the manual and a disc for, I think, $5. I think that's the only one I remember the price of, besides my best one, which I'll show in a second. But so I ended up getting this copy. Took the manual. I'll probably just flip the extra disc to get some money back. But yeah, lots of, I think got a lot of Dreamcast stuff there. And then the best one I got, these are all from like 4 or 5 different exchanges, by the way. The best one I got, this one was priced at $30. I thought that was pretty fair. It's a nice shape. It's complete. And I thought it was really fair price for $30, plus with trade credit. I have very little into it. I got Grandia 2, which is one I've actually wanted to play for a while. You know, because a lot of these games I will play, but some of them, like, I don't know, Test Drive 6 or you know, whatever, Sega Rally, I'm not really into playing. But Grandia 2 is one I've wanted to play for quite a bit, so this is a great one to get. Really nice shape. Came with, like, this, you know, it had this bonus CD disc and everything. So really cool. Really glad to grab all these Dreamcast games. I think I'm up to 96 Dreamcast games now, which I still got a ways to go, but feeling good about that one. I guess I'll go to... Oh, one last find from the exchanges. I saw this. This is only $5. Extreme G in the box. It didn't have an insert, but it had the cart in the manual in the box. The box is okay. But I figured $5 you couldn't go wrong. As well, I got some other box 64 games. My dad was out. He went over to my parents went over to like Pittsburgh for a little bit, and he stopped at some exchanges. I stayed home. I didn't want to go. But he went to some exchanges, and just to pick some games up, I paid him back. He was like sending me pictures of what places had, and I told him to pick some up, and I paid him back and everything. I didn't have my trade card to give him, unfortunately, but oh well. But yeah, I did pick a couple up here. Here's some box 64 games. Turok 2, Seeds of Evil. They had 10 on it. Every time I find this game, it's always the player's choice, so, in the box. So I'm glad to get that one. Turok Rage Wars, which I didn't have the box for, so that's good to have. $12 isn't bad. This one was Jet Force Gemini. I already have this in the box. This box is in very good shape, but I needed the manual. I figured 13's pretty fair. I'll just get the manual and then flip this for maybe around the same price, I think. I don't know what this goes for in the box. I'll have to check, but yeah, I got it mainly for the manual, which I was missing from my copy, and thought, hey, I can flip it. So I guess that ends up okay. But yeah, that was pretty good. I just paid him back for that one. He got home. I should have given him my trade card. I kind of forgot about that. He also went to a flea market. I've been to it before. It's usually really crappy. He picked up a GameCube controller there and a copy of Super Spike Volleyball. This was only $2, so he just picked it up. Yeah, I didn't have that one, so I guess it's good to have. But yeah, so... oh yeah, he went... Or, never mind. So, this one was a Goodwill find here. Pretty cool one. Crazy Taxi on GameCube for $3 complete. Crazy Taxi's fun. Have it on the Dreamcube is pretty cool. It's a Dreamcube, my favorite system, the Dreamcube. to have it on the GameCube is pretty cool. And then last little find here is just this game. This is another Dreamcast game called, I've never seen this one actually, Death Crimson OX. This was out of Half Price Books. Price chart says it's worth about $30, $35. The Half Price Books had it. Usually Half Price Books is really crappy. It's more like double price games. But they had it here for $15, so I just bit the bullet. I'm like, I'm never going to see that game again. Might as well pick it up. But yeah, a little shorter video of just a few finds here and there. One last thing, just a newer release I picked up. I got 7th Dragon Code V3, Code VFD. Kind of a stranger name. The Sega RPG. I got it for the 3DS. I had like $20 in Best Buy like certificates, and this was, you know, $40, and I got my 20% off. And I've heard this was pretty good, so I thought this box was cool. I heard it's pretty good. I tried it a little bit. It didn't really capture me. I played it for like a half hour, but obviously a half hour is not enough to get into an RPG. So I'll give it another shot real soon. But as I was doing that one, I forgot that I almost forgot that I picked up Monster Hunter Generations. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. I kind of bought it just to play with friends. We were playing a little bit. We'll get back into it soon, playing with friends. It's like kind of painfully boring to play by yourself. I just kind of throw a podcast on and do whatever crap they want me to do. It's all right. You know, Monster Hunter's fine. It's big in Japan, but I don't know how I feel about it yet. Maybe I'll have to play with friends a little bit more to get a decision about it. Maybe I'll talk about it on my next What I've Been Playing video. But yeah, that's it. Kind of a haphazard video. I forgot 2 games that I wanted to show, and I'm all over the place. But yeah, pretty nice pickups, I think. Good to get some more Dreamcast stuff and really not pay much money for it at all. So yeah, leave a comment if you picked anything cool up lately. If you were at the CCAG convention I was at, you definitely leave a comment and tell me if you were there, because I like to hear that stuff. And leave a comment if any of these Dreamcast games I picked up are good that I'll have to try out that I might not know. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.